Good morning from my side. This is Professor Danny from American English School. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Zain, Igra, Michelle, and Mamuro. Welcome, everybody. It's good to have you here. Let's get started, guys. Let's get started. We are going to talk about technology today. Okay, technology. I'm going to enhance here my screen. Just a moment. So this is the introduction of the lesson. Okay, this is the introduction of today's lesson. So we are going to practice speaking, listening, reading, and writing. So listening, we are going to talk about things we have done, okay, or things you have done. We are going to talk about future consequences, and also you are going to learn how to give your opinion, some expressions, and talk about technology that you couldn't live without. Then we're going to have a listening. So you are going to listen to people talking about how they keep in touch, and listen to a discussion about the internet. Watch an extract from a BBC documentary about giving up television. And then we have a reading. We are going to read an article about social media. And then writing, you're going to improve your use of pronouns, write your opinions, and so on. Interviews, how do you feel about technology? This is the video of the lesson, okay? This is the video of the lesson. Technology. Let's dive into the lesson, guys. First part of the lesson, here we go. Okay, so first part of the lesson, let's check here the three parts that we are going to focus. Okay, so you have G for grammar. So we are going to practice the present perfect and also sentence stress on pronunciation, and also essential vocabularies for communication. It's good to have you here, guys. Let's dive into this lesson. Keeping in touch, vocabulary. We are going to start with vocabulary. Number one, so we have a quiz here in number one. So we have ask and answer the questions in quiz. Okay, in the quiz. Here we go. How often do you and your partner do these things? How often? How often do you and your partner do these things? How often do you and your partner use your mobile phone? Come on. How often? I'm gonna start with raise your hands, guys, if you want to answer, if you want to do this lesson, okay, practice with us. Just raise your hand. There's an icon here on Zoom where you click on and to raise your hands. And then we are going to practice together. Okay, Shri, you can go ahead. How often do you and your partner use your mobile phone? Come on. How often?
Yeah, my name is Anand.
Hey, Anand. Welcome in. How often do you and your partner use your mobile phone? How often?
I did not get the question. What we're telling, sir?
How often do you and your partner use your mobile phone, your cell phone? Is it often, sometimes, or never?
Never.
Never. You never use your cell phone.
Yeah, no.
Never use. You,
No.
how do you get in touch with people? How do you get in touch? How do you get in touch with people? Only by meeting personally?
Yeah. Personally.
And you are using your computer right now, so you are using your computer right now, right?
I'm using my cell phone right now.
Okay, so sometimes you use your cell phone.
Yeah.
Sometimes you use. Okay, and how often do you and your partner write a blog? Come on, someone. Okay, I'm gonna call here. Let me see here. Okay, Mamuro Giada. Come on, Giada. Do you write a blog? How often do you and your partner write a blog? Do you write a blog? Do you have a blog? Suraji Kadayo. Welcome in. Melina.
Kudali.
Yeah, welcome in. It's good to have you here. How often do you and your partner use a video sharing site? How often do you and your partner use a video sharing site? Loyola, welcome in, Estefa. Never, Estefa, Loyola. And check your email. Do you check your email often? Do you often check your email or sometimes? Loyola.
Hello, good morning, everybody. I often check my email because I have work.
Every single day?
Yeah.
Every single day. Well, when I switch on my laptop, the first thing I do is checking my email. First thing I do is checking my email. Okay, and what about send a text message? Do you send text message every other second? Every other second? Every other second. Every other second, every other minute. Chat online. Chat online. How often do you and your partner chat online? Sometimes, often, or never? Melina, would you like to join the conversation? Doa, raise your hands, guys, if you would like to practice with us.
Yes, I'm here. I'm Doa.
Okay, Doa.
Okay. Which point you are discussing? Chat online or update your web page?
Chat online. Well, you can choose. You can pick anyone. How often do you and your partner, or do you by yourself?
Okay. Sometimes I do that.
You chat online. You update your web page.
For me, I often chat online and sometimes update my web page.
Okay. Guys, I am going to mute all of you. Okay, listen, I am going to mute all of you. And
kêu tha pon tha li
And then if you would like to participate with us, okay, on the conversation, raise your hand, okay? Raise your hand. Just give a thumbs up here, icon right here on Zoom. Click on that, raise your hand, and I am going to call you, okay, on the mic, to the mic, and then I am gonna unmute you, okay? Just raise your hand. Raise your hand, guys. I just want to know who wanna practice with us. Come on, raise your hand. Mamuru, Michelle, Melina, Loyola, friends, welcome in, friends. Raise your hand, guys. Raise your hands. Come on. Let's practice together. I'm gonna call you to the mic. Melina said yes. Doa, yeah, Doa and Suraji. Okay, I have only two people, only two students, guys. I need you. Come on, let's practice together. Welcome in, Sigiono. Ari, it's good to see you here. Welcome in. Welcome in. Raise your hand. Click on that. Okay, icon here on Zoom. If you'd like to practice, and I'm gonna call you to the mic, okay, and unmute you. Okay, I have Michelle, Zain, Doa. Let's go, guys. Let's get back to the lesson. How often do you and your partner Skype or Skype someone? Skype. Use Skype. How often? Okay, I'm gonna call, let me see here. Okay, Suraji, you, how often do you Skype someone or follow a blog, share links, post messages, use social networking sites? You can choose any one of these, okay, phrases and answer. How often?
first of all what are you doing here? I can't understand. Please tell what are you doing first.
Okay, we are talking about technology. This lesson is about technology. Okay, it's on technology. And we are starting with vocabulary first. And this is a quiz. Okay, this is a quiz. And the quiz is how often you have to answer this question. Okay, how often do you and your partner use your mobile phone or cell phone, write a blog, use a video sharing site? So you have to say O for often. You can say often, you can say sometimes, or you can say never. Okay, so you can answer any of these, okay, any of these questions. How often? You can choose one and answer. How often do you use, like, do you use your mobile phone? How often do you Skype someone? How often do you follow a blog, share links, post messages, chat
how to
online?
how to share links with your partners? That's your question.
Yeah,
Correct.
how often do you and your partner use your mobile phone? Is it often, sometimes, or never?
Sometimes.
Welcome in, Fatima. Sometimes? Okay. Nawab Shah, welcome in. It's good to see you here. All right, let's go to the next one, guys. Next one, come on. How often do you follow a blog, share links, post messages, use social networking? Raise your hand. Okay, everybody is muted, Fatima. Just raise your hand if you want to practice with us, and I am going to unmute you. By the way, you can say something. Welcome in, Fatima. I have just unmuted you.
Hello,
It's good. It's good to
Welcome
see
back.
you. Thank you. How often? This lesson is on technology. Okay, we are gonna practice present perfect, sentence strengths and pronunciation and communication. We are starting with a quiz. How often do you and your partner, or you can answer about your own self, by yourself, I mean, how often do you share links, use social networking sites, Skype someone? Okay, I'm gonna pick two. Okay, I'm gonna pick two students to answer any of these questions. Okay. Okay, Fatima, you can be the first one. You can choose any of these questions and answer. You can answer with often, sometimes, or never, or you can give your own answer. How often do you, for example, chat online, send a text message, check your email, Skype someone, update your web page, share links, etc.?
Okay, well, I often use my mobile phone. I think in my life it's related to many stuff, studying, talking with friends, asking about something, and online classes. So I usually use it, and that's it.
Thank you, Zain. Now you go ahead, Zain. You can pick one of these questions and answer. You can choose any of these ones. How often do you, for example, how often do you use social networking sites? Is it often? Is it often, or sometimes, or never? Often, Loyola said often. Doa.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
About any question? About any point?
What about Skype someone, Doa? How often do you Skype someone? Do you Skype?
In the past, yes, I used it, but nowadays I never use Skype because all the time I use Meet and Zoom.
You use Meet and Zoom.
Yeah.
Okay. Listening. Let's go to listening. Thank you, Doa. I used Skype for I think for 10 years. But nowadays, I don't use Skype anymore. I don't use Skype anymore either. So I use Zoom, and I also use Meet and Google Meet. I use Google Meet and Zoom. Okay, listen to 4 people talking about how they keep in touch. Match each speaker to the type of communication in exercise 1. Okay, I'm gonna share the screen with the sound. Just a second, guys. Here, we're back. Okay, let's go to the listening. Here we go.
Unit 11. Technology. Recording 1. 1.
I use my phone for everything. I text most of the time because it's quick and cheap. So I text my friends and my boyfriend. I like texts because they're quiet. Nobody knows what you're saying. My mum used to call me all the time to check that I'm okay, but now she can text me, which is much better. I get really annoyed when you're talking to someone, though, and they're texting someone else. I think that's really rude.
2.
I use the internet a lot. I use Skype to keep in touch with my family because my daughter lives in France, so I don't see her very often and the phone is expensive. With the internet, I can see my grandchildren. It's wonderful. My son sets up the computer for me. I haven't learnt how to do that yet. And sometimes it crashes during the phone call, which is annoying, or I can't see the picture properly, but usually it's fine. Generally, I think technology is wonderful. When I was younger, we only dreamed of having video phone calls, but now it's possible and it's free.
3.
We use a blog. It's a great way to tell people about your travel experiences. We've been to so many places already, and it's nice to tell people about them. And you can put photos there of the people you meet and the places you visit. The best thing is that as soon as you write the blog, people all over the world can read it. The only problem we have is when we can't find an internet cafe.
4.
I've just started to use networking sites like Facebook. I found some friends I haven't seen for years, and it was great to get in touch again. The only problem is that I keep checking it when I should be working.
All right, here we go. So the speaker one is text message. So you have text message, Skype, a blog, social networking sites. Come on. What is it, speaker one? What is speaker one talking about? Is speaker one talking about a blog, Skype, text messages, or social networking sites? What do you think?
I think social network.
Social networking? Nope.
Texting.
Okay. Speaker one, let me get down there. Speaker one is talking about text messages. Text messages. What about speaker two?
About Skype.
About Skype? That's right. And speaker three, what is he talking about? Okay, you have two options. Is it a blog or social networking sites?
A social networking site.
Nope, he's talking about a blog. Speaker three is talking about a blog, and speaker four is talking about social networking. We are going to listen again, guys. Just a second. I'm adjusting here the screen. Here we go. Okay, so listen to four people talking about how they keep in touch. Match each speaker to the type of communication in exercise one. So speaker one is talking about text messages. Speaker two is talking about Skype. Speaker three, a blog, and speaker four, social networking. Okay, I'm gonna enhance again there. Okay, let's check together, guys. Let's check together right here. text messages, Skype, speaker 3, a blog, speaker 4, social networking sites. Nawab, go ahead, Nawab. What question would you like to make?
Hello, I am Nawab Shah. I want to ask you something later. First, I would like to say something about you. I can understand you well. You are a good teacher. So I want to know that only one thing. I live in Pakistan, and here people mostly used to say often. They don't speak the sound of T. They skip it. So what do you think about it? How can we pronounce it correctly? So please help me.
All right, this word, we pronounce this word here the two ways. The two ways are correct. We can say often and we can say often, no problem. Okay, sometimes we say often and sometimes we do say often. Okay, so we have to pronounce them interchangeably. That means that sometimes you have to say often and sometimes you have to say often. When do you have to say often? Well, that is up to you. You decide. But sometimes you have to use it. Okay. All right. Speaker 1, text messages, Skype, speaker 2. And let's listen again, guys. Let's listen again this part. Here we go.
Unit 11, Technology. Recording 1. 1.
I use my phone for everything. I text most of the time because it's quick and cheap. So I text my friends and my boyfriend.
So as you see, speaker 1 is talking about text messages. Text messages.
I like text because they're quiet. Nobody knows what you're saying. My mum used to call me all the time to check that I'm okay, but now she can text me, which is much better. I get really annoyed when you're talking to someone, though, and they're texting someone else. I think that's really rude.
That's really rude. When you're talking to someone, leave your cell phone, okay? Leave your cell phone, okay, away from you, okay? It's really rude. Now, speaker 2.
2.
I use the internet a lot. I use Skype to keep in touch with my family because my daughter lives in France, so I don't see her very often and the phone is expensive. With the internet, I can see my grandchildren. It's wonderful. My son sets up the computer for me. I haven't learned how to do that yet. And sometimes it crashes during the phone call, which is annoying, or I can't see the picture properly, but usually it's fine. Generally, I think technology is wonderful. When I was younger, we only dreamed of having video phone calls, but now it's possible and it's free.
Okay, so he's talking about Skype.
3.
We use a blog. It's a great way to tell people about your travel experiences. We've been to so many places already, and it's nice to tell people about them. And you can put photos there of the people you meet and the places you visit. The best thing is that as soon as you write the blog, people all over the world can read it. The only problem we have is when we can't find an internet cafe.
Okay, so speaker 3 is talking about a blog.
4.
I've just started to use networking sites like Facebook. I found some friends I haven't seen for years, and it was great to get in touch again. The only problem is that I keep checking it when I should be working.
Don't do that. This is really rude. Okay, when you're working, don't keep checking your cell phone messages on your cell phone, or okay, or if you're on the computer, focus on your job. Okay, this is something that many people has lost their job because they were caught up, you know, fussing using WhatsApp or Facebook or something like that. And that's really not appropriate doing. Okay, now let's go to B. What benefits do these communication technologies do the speaker mention? Let's start with number one. What do you think are the benefits of communication technologies to speaker one? What do you think, guys? What are the benefits he says? What are the benefits? Come on. What are the benefits? Speaker one said.
To text messages to her friends and boyfriends.
That is one benefit, but he didn't mention that as a benefit. He mentioned quick and cheap and quiet. Quick and cheap and quiet. This is the benefits that he mentioned. Okay, quick and cheap. Quick, fast, cheap, and quiet. These are the benefits. What about speaker two? What benefits of these communication technologies do the speaker two mention?
The free video calls. He couldn't imagine that there is a video call.
Yeah, it's free. This is one benefit. But the most important benefit for him is that he can see who he can see.
Yes. His daughter.
Grandchildren, yeah. Grandchildren, his grandchildren, not daughter. His grandchildren. So he can see his grandchildren. And what about the benefits for speaker three? He says it's a great way for what? To what? To tell people about his travel experience, right? Welcome in, Javed. It's good to have you here, man. Welcome in. So speaker three, he says that the benefits for him are it's a great way. Yeah. So he can put up photos. He can put up photos of people he meets and places he visits. So that's why he created a blog. You know, one of my students asked me yesterday about what are the benefits for having a blog or creating a blog. Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing really important, and I don't know if you know that, but there are various benefits, a lot of benefits for creating a blog. The best one and the most important one is that a blog, you can post any photos you want. You don't need to have any followers, and your photos are going to be saved forever if you do not forget, of course, the password to get in. So you can save all your photos. And if you save your photos, if you post your photos or put up your photos on Facebook, everybody's might see your photos, and that's not something that it might be, good for you or relevant for you. And if you have a blog, you can save everything there, and only you see it. And only you are going to see it. So there are lots of benefits about blogs. You can share your blog to someone, you can have followers, but this is the most important part of a blog, for example. You can save your homework, your schoolwork, your any essays, for example, any grammar notes, lots of things there. And then you can use for studying, you can use for reviewing, and so on. Okay, and speaker 4, he said the benefits he found was to finding friends, you know, he hadn't seen for years. So it was great for him to get in touch again with these people. So finding people, okay, that he hadn't seen for years. So this is the benefits for speaker 4. And the negative points for speaker 1, it's to get annoyed when he's talking to someone and someone start texting, you know, or texting and using his phone. So this is something really rude, annoyed for him. This is the negative point. We could say malefic. We have benefit and we have malefic. Malefic is the opposite of benefit. So we have the malefits and the benefits. Okay, so this is the malefic for him, for speaker 1. Okay, and then hey Gabriel, welcome in. Yeah, God, this is an English class. Welcome in, Gabriel. Okay, and speaker 2, I mean, his malefic or negative points, negative benefits, we could say malefic, is that internet sometimes crashes during the phone call and he can't see the picture properly. Okay, so this is the negative point for speaker 2. And for speaker 3, he can't do it if they can't find an internet cafe. So he can't do it if he can't find an internet cafe. This is the malefic for him. And speaker 4, he keeps checking it when she should be working. So this is the malefic for speaker 4. Let's check together these parts. Here we go. I'm going to increase again there the screen, and let's check together. Here we go. Benefits for speaker 1. Quick and cheap. Texts are quiet. Speaker 2. Benefits. He can see his grandchildren and it's free. And speaker 3, it's a great way to tell people about his travel experiences, and he can put up photos of the people he meets and the places he visits as soon as he writes the blog. People all over the world can read it. Okay, and speaker 4, find friends he hadn't seen for years, and that's great to get in touch again. Negative points for speaker 1, gets annoyed when you're talking to someone and they're texting someone else. Speaker 2, internet sometimes crashes during the phone call and he can't see the picture properly. And speaker 3 can't do it if they can't find an internet cafe. Speaker 4 keeps checking it when she should be working. Now let's go to C, letter C. Okay, read. Just a second. There we go. Let's go to C, part C. Read the sentences from the recording. Do you agree? Do you agree? Discuss with other students. I get really annoyed when you're talking to someone and they're texting someone else. I think that's rude. Do you agree with that? Fatima?
Yeah, exactly. I agree with that. It's an annoying thing to have a partner that don't give you attention to you.
Generally, I think technology is wonderful. The only problem with social networking sites like Facebook is that I keep checking it when I should be working. What do you can say about that? Do you keep checking it while you're working?
Yes, I had this problem before, and I'm trying to decrease my usage of checking during my study, especially social media and Facebook.
All right. And do you think technology is wonderful? What do you think about that? It's all benefits, or are there any malefits?
Yes, I think it's wonderful, and it has many benefits over the malefits.
Really?
Yes,
You don't think there's any there isn't any malefits?
no, there's malefits, but the benefits is more than more than them.
So it over exceed the malefits, the
Yes,
benefits.
yes.
All right, next part, guys. Let's roll ahead. Come on, let's go to the next part here. Present perfect. Read sentences 1, 2, 3 and match them with sentences A to C below. I haven't learned how to do it myself yet. Is this one I started a few days ago, or we didn't think it was possible to travel so much, or but I hope to learn soon? I haven't learned how to do it myself yet. Finish the sentence. A, B, or C?
But I hope to learn soon.
Number 2, Doa, number 2. I've just started to use networking sites. Come on. I'm gonna enhance there again. I've just started to use networking sites. A or C? A or B, I mean. Sichiono said is A. I just started to use networking sites. I started a few days ago. That's right. So number 3, we've been to so many places already. It's letter B. We didn't think it was possible to travel so much. Let's check together. Number 1, letter C. I haven't learned how to do it myself yet, but I hope to learn soon. Number 2, I've just started to use networking sites. I started a few days ago. And number 3, we've been to so many places already. We didn't think it was possible to travel so much. Last part, come on guys. Complete the rules with just, yet, and already. Number 1, use just, yet, or already in negative sentences or questions for something you expected to happen before.
Yes.
Yet, that's right. Use yet in negative sentences or questions. We can also use yet in affirmative sentences, guys. I don't know if you know that. It means even so. It also means even so. Yet, it is raining, yet I have to go downtown. I don't have an umbrella and it's raining, yet I have to go downtown. Okay, I have to get a taxi, or I have to go downtown, yet I have to go there. Number 2, use already or just.
Just.
For something that happened a short time ago.
Just.
Yes. And number 3?
Already.
Already. Let's check that together. There we go. Use yet in negative sentences or questions for something you expected to happen before now. Use just for something that happened a short time ago. And use already for something which happened before now or earlier than expected. Thanks a lot, guys. The class is over. Thank you for joining. Have a good afternoon, okay, or night there in your country. Stay safe, okay, and I'll see you next week, Saturday, okay, Saturday and Monday. It's I just chill out, okay, rest, and then I go to church. I do sometimes prepare some lessons, but it's the days that, you know, I am off, okay? So on Monday, I'm gonna be back at 10 or 10:30 a.m. again. Thanks a lot for joining.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
You too. Have a great one. Stay safe. Okay. I'll see you. I'll see you again. Okay. Peace out.
Goodbye.